Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're taking a deep dive into meditation. But not just any meditation. We're going to be looking at it from the perspective of this really interesting source we found called Grandmaster Wolf.
Okay.
And I think this is something that everybody struggles with, even if they're not like a meditator,
Yeah.
meditating properly or meditating effectively, or even if there is like a right way to meditate.
Right.
So hopefully by going through Grandmaster Wolf stuff, we can all learn something.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that a lot of people have this preconceived notion that you have to sit in a very specific way and that you have to be able to completely empty your mind. And that's so intimidating to people.
Yeah, that's what I always thought too. Like, oh man, I can't meditate. I'm way too, my mind's all over the place.
Exactly.
But Grandmaster Wolf seemed to have a different perspective.
Yeah, he calls it effortless meditation and really emphasizes that you can do it anywhere at any time in any position.
So there aren't a bunch of like rules and regulations?
Yeah. No, not at all. The key, he says, is to just observe.
But how can you just observe? I mean, isn't your mind like
Right.
just constantly going, like, how do you just sit there and observe?
Well, this is where I think it gets really interesting. He talks about imagining your mind as a clear, flowing brook.
Okay.
And the thoughts are like fish that are swimming in the stream. And so what you're doing is you're not trying to stop fish or control the fish. You're simply watching them pass by.
Oh, so all those thoughts that you think are like distracting you are actually just part of it.
Exactly. There are no distractions, he says, in true meditation. There are only observations. So even when your mind wanders, which it inevitably will, you gently guide your attention back to the feeling of your breath or the sounds around you or any other focal point that you choose. And it's a continual practice of coming back to the present moment.
So is it like mindfulness?
Yeah, very much so. A lot of what he's talking about really aligns with the principles of mindfulness. And he says by developing this observing eye, you start to cultivate awareness, not just during meditation, but throughout your day.
So it's less about having that perfectly still mind and more about constantly being aware
Yeah,
of like your inner world.
exactly. And that awareness, he says, helps us to connect with a deeper, more peaceful aspect of ourselves, which he refers to as the divine observer.
Okay.
And that's that part of us that remains still and unchanging amidst all of the constant flow of thoughts and emotions.
Wow, that's a pretty powerful image. So if we're not focused on like forcing our mind to be quiet, how do we know we're doing it right?
Yeah, it's not really about achieving a specific state or silencing all thoughts. It's more about cultivating a compassionate and accepting awareness of whatever arises within us.
Okay.
So it's like having a gentle curiosity about your own internal experience. So if you are feeling anxious, just notice that. If you're feeling joy, notice that.
So it's like there's no wrong way to do it as long as you are observing without judgment,
Yep.
whether you're sitting on a cushion or out living your daily life.
Exactly.
It's all just about observation.
And realizing that even those distractions that we think of are just offering us opportunities for deeper understanding.
It's incredible. Like that really changes my perspective on it.
Yeah.
And it makes it seem a lot less intimidating to me too.
Yeah, I think so.
But I do have one final question. If there are no distractions in meditation, like how can we apply that principle to our daily lives?
That's a really good question. And I think if we approach everything as an opportunity for observation, then we can find peace even amidst all of the challenges of life. So maybe all those distractions we think of are actually invitations to be more present
Yeah.
and more aware of what's happening around us and within us. What do you think about that?
I think it's an incredibly valuable perspective, and I think I'm going to be trying to put that into practice myself.
Yeah, me too.
So thank you for sharing all this incredible information about Grandmaster Wolf's perspective on meditation.
It was my pleasure.
It was really, really interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of our listeners will feel the same way. And yeah, thanks for listening, everyone. We'll be back next time
See you then.
with another deep dive.
Bye.